In this video series, I will show you how you can make an electric skateboard. Before I start the video, let me thank the sponsor of this project, Soldron. If you guys are following my channel, you guys know I currently use Soldron's 878D soldering station, which I bought about a year ago. It's really a fantastic product for its price and I really don't have any complaints about it. And now I have a small surprise for you guys. I am doing a giveaway in collaboration with Soldron and we are giving away 3 digitally adjustable soldering iron which are completely brand new and they just launched them, and 5 25-watt soldering iron. To win this giveaway, all you have to do is follow me on social media, which is Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. I have put up a post about this giveaway. You have to go on that and comment why you want to win this giveaway and what projects you will make. Once again, huge thanks to Soldron for the sponsorship and the support. Before we start building an electric skateboard, we need a skateboard or a longboard. Now, I'm not a woodworker, so I don't have any experience with working with wood. So I just went and bought this longboard. Now there are quite a few reasons why I bought this longboard over a skateboard. Number one reason, because it's a longboard, we have so much space over here. So we can mount our motor over here, batteries over here. Also we need to add a speed controller, and then we need to add our transmission and receiving circuit for wireless control of the skateboard. So it will be much easier to have so much room over here so we can mount our stuff. I bought this one for around $100, which is around 6,000 Indian rupees. Now you might think it's quite expensive, but this is made from maple wood and fiberglass, so it's rigid and stable as well. That's pretty much it. Now let's start building one. For building an electric skateboard, you obviously need a motor. But which motor to buy, you might ask? Because there exist quite a lot of different types of motor. But in DC, we generally have two different types of motor. One of them is brushless DC motor, which is this one, and another one is brushed DC motor. Now as the name suggests, this one has brush, and having brush generates a lot of heat, and this type of motor are also quite inefficient, so I won't recommend using such motor. However, with the brushless DC motor, they tend to be more efficient as compared to the brushed DC motor. Some of them are up to 95% efficient. And also one more thing which I really like about brushless DC motor is that they produce way more torque as compared to the brushed DC motor. So if you are buying one, keep that in mind. There also exists a kV rating for such motors. Now to be specific, this motor has a kV rating of 280 kV. If you don't know what kV is, you can basically consider it as if you apply 1 volt to the input of this motor, then this motor will rotate at 280 rpm. And if you apply 10 volt to the input of this motor, then it will rotate at 2800 rpm. While buying such motor, you also keep in mind that you buy a motor which is rated somewhere in between 150 to 280 kV. I find a perfect balance in between this range. Your mileage may vary. Now we need something so we can mount our motor to the trucks of the skateboard or longboard. For that, I bought this kit online which comes with this kind of mount. Here we can attach our motor and this part goes on our truck, and with the two pulleys and a belt. This small pulley goes on top of our motor and this bigger pulley goes on top of our wheel, and this belt connects both of them and we can transfer the energy like this. It's pretty straightforward, so let's finish this first. Okay, so we have a small problem over here. The mount I bought has a circular hole in it, but the trucks have a slight curve edge over here. So now I have to remove this entire thing out of the long board, and for which I have to remove this wheel as well. So let's remove it and file it down. Okay, so I have now removed the entire assembly of the truck from the longboard. Now I just have to mount this thing on side of my table, for which I will use just some C clamps and file this thing down. So now let's do it. So I just finished filing this thing down and mounted this thing on top of this truck, and I noticed that there is a quite a lot of wobble. First I thought that this wobble was due to these nuts were loose, but that's not the case. And even if you consider that this thing is mounted in an electric skateboard, the vibration due to the motors and the road itself will make these nuts loosen up over the time. And even if we use the Loctite, it won't be lasting long enough. So I think this mount is not sustainable for long term. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redesign this mount and ask someone to do CNC for me. So let's first redesign it and 3D print it. For redesigning of the mount, I fired up the Fusion 360 software and started designing, which was very similar to the mount I already have. Only difference is it's a two-part design. So using screws and the friction, it will hold itself on the trucks. Once I was done with that, I 3D printed it to make sure the tolerances were fine. Then I just went to a local CNC shop and asked them to do CNC for me. So we have mounted our trucks back on the longboard. We have our new motor mount. We have mounted our motor on this motor mount. Now we have to attach a pulley on the wheel. With this you have to be extremely careful because you want your pulley to be exactly at the center. If it is slightly misaligned, then over the time your belt will slip. For that there is a really small trick. Let me show you that. So here is the trick. Take your wheel on which you want to attach the pulley and make sure the side on which you want to attach the pulley is on top, and place it on the trucks so it can rotate freely like this. Now take your pulley and place it on top of our wheel and rotate the wheel, and as you can see it is misaligned, so slightly adjust it until it's properly aligned. And as you can see now it's properly aligned, so we will take a marker and mark all the 4 holes and drill it. So now let's mark it down and drill it. So finally we have connected both of our pulleys. We have our belt ready, and right now for testing purpose I am using this ESC, and I have powered it using this 12 volt power supply, but later on we will be using a 24 volt battery pack. And right now for controlling the ESC I am using this radio controller. So let's fire it up and see if it works properly. So let's halt this project over here because we have a lot more to cover, like building a battery pack for this longboard, making an enclosure for all of this stuff, and also we have to make a customized radio controller for controlling this longboard, which will be covered in the next few parts. Until then, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more awesome content like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for more awesome notifications. Longboards tend to be most big pulley go.